You deaf, mother. Listen to me right now. Everybody listen to me right now. Jake, I want you to leave. I don't want anybody to touch these guys. I want you to leave. He needs to go to jail. Jason, you should call the cops. Call the cops. Tournament that you done this, mother.
Don't we need to file a police report?
Yeah,
Jason, we got a police report.
Every single fish. I mean, we all knew it. What the man? Every time you so a filleted fish. Look at this is a fillet, yeah. A fillet fish. It's a walleye fillet.
Oh, this is a story of a fishing story. A fishtail, I think some people call it. When you say you caught this big old catfish, it was like 35, 40 pounds, bro, but I don't really see it, except this is in real life. I didn't know that this much cussing and anger could come over a fishing story, but Jake Runyan and Chase Cominsky, they also didn't know that either. They're the two who got caught at a walleye fishing tournament in Ohio, stuffing fishing weights into the stomachs of their catch to weigh a little bit more to win a few more tournaments. Also, as you saw at the end of that, a fish fillet. There was F words, MFers flying everywhere. Maybe if they tossed in a couple of variety of sons of bitches, it'd have been a little bit easier for me to edit. But anyway, there was one more question asked of Jake Runyan, who was standing there watching his catch get ripped open and all of his cheating tossed in a barrel. Let's listen to that question and not answer.
Anything to say, Jake?
You call the cops.
I got video.
I'm just saying.
Anything to say?
Hey, you guys did we fuck all that
To me, dude. That's what you
How many ways over there?
You over a lot of people, man.
They've been doing this for years. Cheating mother
That's out of
piece
money.
of you got a boat, you got thousands of dollars. You stole from them.
There's a hint to part of this problem. In case you guys didn't know, why do they yell at this guy over fish for? Who cares? He caught some fish and stuffed some weights in him. This is why. Jason Fisher, who's the director of the tournament, known as the Lake Erie Walleye Trail, became suspicious when the 5 fish he estimated to be about 4 pounds each, or 20 pounds in total, weighed in at nearly 34 pounds. Attendees at a fishing tournament in Cleveland on Friday also had doubts. No way, one man said. He probably said no effing way. Nothing was said without an F word in it. The duo had been suspected of cheating in the past and won multiple major fishing tournaments. Ohio's Toledo Blade reported this. Last year, they were disqualified at the Lake Erie Fall Brawl after one of them failed a polygraph. I didn't know it got this serious. It's one thing when you're sitting at a bar and the fish you say is this big, is actually this big. I think they're comparing sizes, is what avid fisherman Adam VanHo said. That's one thing, but these competitions bring people in from all around the country. There's more. VanHo should know, not only is he an angler, he's a criminal defense attorney. So while these competitors, Jake Runyan and Chase Cominsky, haven't been charged with a crime, that's something that's actually being considered, especially since some tournaments have prizes north of $100,000, including boats. Here's an image of that. There's our 2 champions. This was tweeted out. Hanging out at a boat. I'm not sure if this is the boat that they've won in the past, but things like this are given out. But they're definitely chilling, hanging out, showing off their prowess on the lake. And there's another image there. They're winning. They got WWE style belts, thumbs up, and look at that fat check. We don't know how much that one was for, but I'm assuming when the check is that big, it's got to be worth more than about $100. So one more part about what VanHo said, Jess. He goes, "We call it theft by deception, which essentially is you try to steal something by making what you're turning over different." It's pretty obvious. And also the scandal, which the Blade of Toledo reported, cast a shadow over their previous wins. They came in first place in each of the 3 previous Lake Erie Walleye Trail events this year in June, July, and September, raking in tens of thousands of dollars, and had won several other tournaments elsewhere, is what Mr. Fisher said. So I don't know if you're an avid fisher woman there, Jess, but I mean, I like to fish. And I never thought about stuffing weights in the bottom of their stomachs, I guess because I'm not competing. But then again, I almost had this really big one, I promise, 2 summers ago. I promise.
Yeah, I'm a super avid fisher person. I do fly fishing and I love it. And it's something you do to get your mind right or to feed yourself. Human beings started fishing to feed themselves. How did we get here to this point where you are fishing for money and it's a competition? Like in a society driven by capitalist motives, even something that should be done to feed yourself or just for joy, now it's a competition and it's being done for money, and you have people being deceptive to make all of the money. Listen, he's not a public defender. I was gonna make a comment like, we need to pay public defenders more, but he's a criminal defense attorney, which is different, which means he's defending people who can afford an attorney when they commit a crime. And he's gonna need to hire one of his buddies after this, because those guys are not gonna stop unless he has charges against him, because they are pissed, as they should be. What he did was insane.
I mean, they're lucky, as the one guy said, let them walk out of here, because I thought it was gonna go way sideways on there. You can't toss around that much aggression and not back it up. I mean, again, 6 figures worth of money sometimes, I guess.
Insane.
It's crazy. There was another angler who talked about on TikTok. He's really hilarious. I forgot. I wanted his video so bad I couldn't get it. But he had some thoughts on it. It was fabulous. It's the thought process for many fishermen that are trying to figure out ways around this. Just as you said, for the fun of it versus the payoffs. Either way, they cheated. Who knew it was like that when it comes to like, baseball cheating? Apparently, it's just as bad in the fisherman's world.